Hey guys, Brad the Browncoat Brony here. And as of today, or the day I'm recording this, the May 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG ban list has been in effect for 2 days. And what a list it is. Konami has hit a lot, and I mean a lot, of problem cards from last format. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. No. Today, we'll be talking about when you can expect the next TCG ban list, as well as each subsequent ban list to drop. Now, Konami does give us an approximate time frame for when we can expect the list, but, for flexibility's sake, they never give us a specific date. And even though this is fairly healthy for the game, at least in my mind, a majority of the player base is incredibly frustrated around ban list season because the time frame is kept vague, because there's no fixed date. This is because it's difficult to figure out what cards to invest in, what to sell, when the best time to invest and sell is. But what if I told you that these dates that they update the list aren't as random as you think? What if I told you that I have a fairly confident ballpark estimate as to when the next list is going to come out, based on a pattern I've noticed from the last few lists? You'd think that's crazy, right? But no, I genuinely believe I'm right about this, and I boldly predict that the next list will drop somewhere between August 2nd and August 13th. Maybe the 20th at the latest, but that's very, very unlikely. And if it's any later than the 20th, then this means all my observation and research has completely gone out the window. Now, why do I say this? Well, what I've noticed is that ever since we've entered the Brains era, the TCG ban list has always updated within the first 2 weeks of a new core booster set release. And I actually noticed this last ban list shortly after Extreme Force dropped. I was like, first Spiral is only tier 0 for 2 weeks, and now Pendulum Magician is only getting a weekend to be tier 0. I was already realizing that they'd been recently releasing the new list shortly after the new core sets, but back then it was way too early to be stating it as fact, given that we were only 3 lists into the era. So rather than make a big deal about it then, I decided to wait until now, after Flames of Destruction, to see if the list would drop, and I could make my big statement then. And wouldn't you know, Flood came out on the 4th, and this list came out on the 15th. Now if you go back to the previous list, this one is a truly special case because it came out the same day as Extreme Force, February 2nd. And if you go back to the one before that, let's see here. Well, we actually can't go back to the one before that for some reason, but I know for a fact that it was dropped on October 31st, because everyone was making a big deal about it coming out a day early, and they were saying it was an emergency hit to Spiral. So yeah, October 31st was when the list came out for Circuit Break and Circuit Break came out on the 20th. So still within 2 weeks of each other. Code of the Duelist, the details of the list around then is still a tad fuzzy since the archives won't let me travel back that far, but I'm fairly sure it came out 2 weeks before the set dropped, given that it was like at the very start of the era. So, taking these observations into account, we know Cybernetic Horizon will be released on July 27th. And this list's format says we'll be getting a new one no sooner than August. So, following the trends of the past lists, I'm confident that we'll be getting the next list sometime between the 2nd and the 13th. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'd like to say there's no way that I'm wrong here, but if there's one thing that we know based on Konami's past actions, it's that they like to surprise us. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is my first Yu-Gi-Tubing video, as well as the first upload to this channel, so feedback would be really appreciated, especially since I plan on uploading here a lot more often than on my main channel. And if you liked this video and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content as well as Pokemon and D&D, be sure to subscribe for more and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to new uploads. But in the meantime, this is Brad the Browncoat Brony, signing off.